Plumber versus carpenter. What is the best trade for you? As you see, I've got a special guest in here today. Matt, take just a second and tell everybody who you are and what you do.
My name is Matt Outlaw. I have a channel called 731 Woodworks, just woodworking content.
Well, and we'll start off here. You see the cross on his shirt. You know, Jesus was a carpenter.
So what got you into carpentering? Carpentry? I guess I'd have to say Jesus.
What is the neat thing about carpentry? Because a lot of people are like, with plumbing, it's like, look, I don't want to work in poop. Well, we don't do that all the time. Electricity, I don't want to get shocked. HVAC, well, I don't want to get hot working up in an attic. What are the bad things about carpentry? There's got to be something.
Sawdust, maybe.
Sawdust, okay.
Splinters. They suck.
You know, man, I've had some bad splinters. What made you pick carpentry, woodworking? You know, you were in the trades with your father, your brother, your family. Right. Why woodworking? Why carpentry? Why wood?
In my opinion, it's the easiest way to access something in the trades. In other words, there's not a lot of startup costs. I borrowed a couple of tools. You can also pick those up used fairly cheap, and you can get started and start making money with what you're making with minimal upfront cost.
But I love this because literally I tell people all the time, we need more people in the trades. And to me, it doesn't matter what trade you want to get in. If you were trying to do a remodel and add on a room, how hard is it to find a good carpenter too, a good company?
In my local area, near impossible. We ended up hiring, we did a bathroom remodel. We actually hired them about 90 miles away. So they drove 90 miles, set up a camper locally, and worked on our house for a week because we couldn't get anybody to do it locally.
If you saw a young kid getting out of school, and I say kid, male, female, doesn't matter to me, getting out of school these days, and they're like, Matt, look, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. What advice would you give them? I
mean, what do you enjoy doing, right? Like, I always enjoyed, I grew up on a farm, and so I always enjoyed fixing stuff and doing stuff around the farm. I think now more than even then it was like you have to go to college, right? And even now, you see that through the public school systems, they really try, everything's geared for you to go to college. Like all the academics, they've taken away most of the wood shops and things like that. And then it's all like, go to college and bank up a bunch of debt if you don't get lucky enough to get a scholarship. And I don't know, I thought that too. I saved up, worked construction for a year, saved up enough money to pay for my first semester. I got in there and I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, I know that.
I do not want to do this. I'm not an office worker anyway, or what. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was like, nah, I'm going back to work. And I just enjoy working with my hands. And so if you enjoy working with your hands, find a trade that you enjoy doing, dive in.
Carpenters, HVAC techs, electricians, plumbers, there's a skill set involved. And you went even further with it because you started building furniture.
Yep. Well, in my area, we don't have a lot of access to a lot of good quality woods. And I found that you could build some really nice outdoor furniture with like pine. I always say pine is fine. It works fine for outdoor furniture. And
cedar is sweeter.
Yeah, that's right. I like that. That's a shirt. Pine is fine.
There you go. That is his shirt.
There you go. So, I think that it was just accessible, right? And so when I started building stuff like that, I knew that there was a market in my local area. We're in the South. People like to hang out outdoors in the South, whether that be on the back porch or something.
We're in Texas right now. You realize that?
Yeah, I know.
I'm further south than
exactly.
you are.
And people like to hang out with their family outside and chill. And so I was like, I can build outdoor furniture and sell it. I think that's a marketable product. And so that's what I started doing because it was, I thought I could make money with that faster than anything else I could make out of wood.
And it worked out that way.
It did work out well.
And you literally, you found like a cut sheet, how to build furniture.
Yeah, I just was on YouTube one day. YouTube.
Isn't it amazing what you can find on YouTube?
I was sitting there bored, trying to figure out a way to make some extra money, and I come across a video, Jay Bates outdoor chair sets. You can Google it, and you'll find his video and his free plans. And I was like, I can make those. All you need is a circular saw and a drill to make it, literally. And I'll take measure in a square. I was like, I can do it. And so I borrowed the tools to get started and went and built them, and there they go.
But somebody that's looking for a career, there's trim carpenters, there's framing carpenters. There's carpentry is like plumbing. There's so many different things that you can do and get really good at. Did you do any of those when you were working construction?
Yeah, we did basically a lot of not rough construction, but I guess it is rough construction. So like outbuildings and small buildings and things like that, where you're doing basically the framing, a little bit of the roofing. I did some roofing for a year actually too.
Good. I need help here. So I mean, while you're here,
Yeah. So, there's a whole bunch of different avenues to go down, even concrete. And I guess that's getting out of carpentry, but we built as a general contractor, we were doing, concrete forms and things like that.
So you got to mess with a little bit of all of it.
Pipe fitting. I got my hands in a bunch of stuff as I work for a general contractor. So you just kind of jack of all trades.
Man, that is just pretty neat.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing that you've ever built for anybody?
Probably a dresser for my daughter. I didn't think I could build something like that.
There was heart involved in that.
There was. And so she still got it. And it's not like it's a masterpiece of wood. It's literally plywood, mainly made out of plywood, really good quality plywood, and I put a nice top on it, but it just turned out beautiful, and she loves it and still loves it to this day. And it's probably one of at the time, my skill level at the time, I was like, this is a daunting task, because you had to get all because it has I don't remember 8 drawers or something in there. And I was like, this stuff's never going to line up right. Everything come out good. I was happy with it.
You started to say perfect. I saw that on your lips.
Oh, it's never perfect.
Everything came out good.
Good.
No, I do. I like that because you're right. It's never perfect.
Yeah.
This is neat because to me, it really doesn't matter what trade you choose to get into. Electrical, plumbing, HVAC, carpentry, welding.
Mm-hmm.
You learn to use tools. You learn to use your hands. You learn to use your mind. You learn to, I'm going to call it abstract thinking. You think outside the box.
Right.
One thing and guys, I interviewed him for my podcast over on the Trade Talks. If you hadn't gone over there, go over and check it out. Listen to this interview. Because I remember asking you, is there anything that you were like, look, I can't build that? And you're like, no, if it's wood, I can build it.
Yeah.
Isn't that a great idea or a great mindset to have?
You can figure it out. Now, a lot of that confidence comes from my wife. She's like, yeah, you can do it. I'd be like, I don't know.
There we go. Now,
I don't know.
Oh, wait, you called her your wife again. He means
My boss.
the boss.
The boss.
Yeah, the boss.
Yeah. And so she's like, no, you can do it. And so I was like, okay, I'll figure it out. And so you figure it out. You just dive in, you'll figure it out.
I love that. And to me, when you're a tradesperson, guys, it doesn't matter which trade you get in. When you learn to work with tools, you learn to use your mind, you learn to work with your hands, you realize there's really not anything that we can't do. And that's really such a big deal. Tell everybody again who you are, where they can find you, what you do, everything, because this has just been such a pleasure to get to interview you over there and then do this. Tell everybody how to find you.
Well, I appreciate you having me. My name's Matt Outlaw. You can find me anywhere on social media at 731 Woodworks. If you like tools, woodworking, any of that stuff, come check me out.
Man, that is fantastic. Guys, go check his channel out. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and share this with somebody you think might need a career other than plumbing, although I find that very hard to believe.